Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is an end of the month for April Tarot Oracle reading. And Leo, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Leo, we all have a little bit of Leo in us somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Leo in, that will be where this energy shows up for you. This is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that could give you further clarity as to your situation now. I do have my co-pilot here, Stella. She loves to be here for the readings, and her job is to lay down on my lap and purr so she can raise the vibration to a high level. A cat's purr actually can lower blood pressure. I figure that can't hurt for all of us, so long as she does her job well, and she's already got happy feet. So we have the underlying energy. The underlying energy for the reading is the Nine of Wands. So the wands represent the element of fire, and they represent, they're made of wood because wood feeds fire, and it's about passion. So this is talking about having passion in the actions that you take. This is the wounded warrior represents someone who's doing their absolute best to stay on their destined path, the one that God put them on when they were born, basically. And this is the energy of someone who is doing their best to stay, be a good person, be the best version of themselves that they can be. It's been a bit of a headache, as we can see here. So there's been some, it's been challenging is what this is saying. And, this person is tired. They've got, like as I said, they've got a headache, and it's kind of like they're becoming exhausted almost from the situation. But you have landed the 8 wands. So 8 of the 10, that's a huge accomplishment. And you're leaning hard on the 9th. So you've got the 9th one that you're working on now and one more to go. And then you've reached the ultimate amount of wands in the tarot. So congratulations on that. And then we have the energy of... Okay, so there's some regret or remorse about a situation. Generally, this is talking about crying over spilt milk. The cups represent love, most often romantic love, but it doesn't have to be romantic love. It could be love of someone or something, family members, etc., friends. This also can represent something you love to do or something you love to be. There's been some regret here and remorse. Quite often in this situation, we have 3 cups that are spilt and 2 standing. So the 3 cups here, it's, if you've ever heard the saying, don't cry over spilt milk, there's no point in crying over it, because when it's in the ground, and you're not going to be able to recover that loss, that particular loss there. This is talking about wine though. So there's 2 cups of wine that have spilt, and then there's 1 cup of some other liquid. And so this quite often can represent a third-party energy in a relationship. And so this, a lot of times when something like that happens, people will really close their heart down. They're so disappointed and hurt. The regret and the remorse is so intense that they just stay here for the rest of their lives, and really that's not going to benefit you. So the best thing you can do in this situation is turn around and notice, hey, there's 2 cups standing here, and that, turn around, pick up these 2 cups, be grateful for them, appreciate them, and cross, go down the path, cross over the bridge over troubled waters, and get to your castle so that you can recover. The castle in the background here looks like it's half standing and half dilapidated. So that can represent an energy of, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? If this isn't about love, it could be about something you love to do or be, or it could be, about a family member. So it could be a business partner or something like that. So just take it however it works for you, Leo. And then we have this energy. Man, this card's been coming in a lot in the readings. So this is talking about having heartache. Of course, when you look at this, it's like pretty intense energy here. We do have the energy of three swords in a heart. When you look a second time, you realize, though, that that heart is actually quite big in context with the swords. So it's more like pinpricks or maybe nails. So it's something maybe you can recover from. Having said that, this is a heart ache type energy. And so the swords do represent our intellectual, like our mental intelligence, basically, our discipline of our mind, that kind of energy, and our thoughts. And so thoughts are expressed through words, and those words could be written or verbalized. You can see that this heart is in the person's throat. So that it's talking about possibly this, you don't feel that you are able to speak your truth, or you're afraid to speak your truth, or you're afraid of the truth of someone speaking it to you. This can represent harsh words, sometimes it can represent gossip and slander, like the thoughts of other people and their opinion on things. This energy quite often represents the three swords here can represent a couple that's divided by a third-party energy, which looks like kind of what might be going on here with this card. We have the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is representing an energy of carrying a heavy load. So the Ten of Wands represents seeds that you've planted that have grown into these wands, and it's time to bring the harvest home. So this person is very, it's a big load, and you can see it's really heavy. It's almost too much for him. And this energy, if you've ever heard the saying, can't see the forest for the trees, it's basically like when you're so caught up in the detail, like his face is right in there, trying to carry this load, that he can't even see how close he is to his home there. And it's talking about, I can't see the forest for the trees means you're so caught up in the detail that you can't see the big picture anymore. And so this can represent an energy of your harvest being very heavy. And so hopefully it's heavy with the fruits of your labor. It also could be that you're carrying other people's burdens that are very heavy for you to carry. And I feel in this situation, it's really important, especially in the energy we're in right now, you want to let go of burdens of other people and let them, phone them up and say, I left your burdens out in the field. Come and pick them up. Don't be surprised if they don't show up. And they're not going to like it. People, that have other people carry their burdens for them don't really like when they have to do it themselves. And so this energy, though, it's really crucial that you do, because when the shift hits the fan here, if you're still holding on to those burdens for them, you're the one who's going to get hit with the karma. So this is also talking about that, there could be some sort of energy here of having, it's not so much a bad decision or something like that, but it's just something that your situation has changed. Like, let's say that you purchased a house 5 years ago, and you got the house for the right price, and it's been good to you. You've enjoyed living there, but now your situation has changed, and you really want to move. And the market has softened. So now to get your money out of it, you need to, do a bit of work to it and put that energy in it. And you're not really in the mood for it. You just want to move. You just want to sell it and go. And so that energy can sometimes feel like an asset that is no longer, like it's still an asset, but it's burdensome to you. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is representing pre-Empress energy. Yeah, you're a good girl, Stella. Sorry, my cat's wanting a little bit of attention here. She's needy this morning for some reason. So that could be kind of the energy maybe that you're feeling right now, just feeling like, needing to be understood, I feel. And that's kind of that energy I'm picking up. Like, it's kind of like feeling like, man, I've been through it. Where are my people? Like, I'm standing here alone. But this is talking because you're standing alone and maybe have been for a while and dealing with a lot. it has raised you up to the pre-Empress energy. And so there's a lot of potential here for Pentacles. Pentacles in tarot represent an energy of, you know, health, wealth, and happiness on the third dimensional plane. And there's only 10 Pentacles in the tarot. So, you know, if you're at 9, you're well on your way. And that might just be potential at this time, but I feel like if you put down some of these burdens that don't belong to you and you're no longer in this energy, the important thing here is don't quit. This is saying don't quit, and this is saying don't quit. So sometimes when it's not uncommon for people to quit just about when they're about to cross the finish line, because they still think they're so far away because of this energy here. And so it's really important that you know, don't quit now, whatever you do, like keep going, don't give up. Whatever's happening, it's on, the energy is shifting, it's moving, and maybe you just can't see it as of yet. This 9 of Pentacles is representing the pre-Empress energy. So the Empress in the tarot, she's in the major arcana, and she basically has the qualities of all 4 of the queens from the minor arcana. She's learned a lot from her struggles. Like, she's learned discernment from the Queen of Swords. She's learned how to be resourceful from the Queen of Pentacles. She's learned how to love unconditionally from the Queen of Hearts. And she also has passion for life and understands how to use her creativity, to use her logic as well as her intuition to come to creative solutions so that she can remain happy through, you know, whatever happens in life. And so this pre-Empress energy is saying that you've learned a lot from whatever this situation is, and it's probably been, you know, it looks like it's been pretty tough. Having said that, there's still like so much potential here. And this card reminds me quite often, you know, there's 9 Pentacles here, and there's 6 over here and 3 here. She's got her hand on the 6, and there's 3 in the bush there. So that's like 2/3 and 1/3 the ratio. And basically this is saying that you need to look after your own needs first if you want to be able to sustain an ability to look after others. So she knows, she's got her hand on the 6 Pentacles because she understands that that's what is required for her to pay her bills, you know, for the house, for the business, that kind of energy, you know, making sure she has some extra in case there's breakdowns or whatever. And then the 3 Pentacles here, this could be an energy of like, this one is for maybe a more risky investments. She's willing to risk for the maybe the return, and then maybe charity and perhaps saving up for a vacation for the family. And this falcon here represents the energy of having the foresight. Nikola Tesla, the amazing inventor and genius, talked about if you knew the beauty of the 369, you would have the key to the universe. And it always, this reminds me of him saying that. I feel like he was talking about a ratio, you know, of maybe applying to a lot of life's issues, and that it's a good solution that if you keep this ratio, you're probably going to be more successful or find the answer to solutions. Solutions to problems, you know, creative solutions to problems that maybe you're going through. So this is talking an energy of the 8 of Swords, is talking about being in an energy of, it's almost like a mental prison, but it's interesting because this person is bound up. And that binding represents sometimes like feeling duty bound, like not being able to maybe come to a conclusion, because no matter what you do, it just doesn't feel like it's, you know, it's going to be difficult on people you love. And that kind of energy is this kind of energy. So it's like if you're going to be carrying the burdens of other people, and you have to get it back into this energy here, where you recognize, look, I got to look after myself here. You know, you might have children in that, and you, like, if you fall, this is the kind of energy, like, you know, if you're on a plane, you know, they'll tell you, like, if the masks drop, make sure that you put your oxygen mask on first. And that's because, like, if you have a baby, the mother's instinct is going to be automatically like, bang, let's put that mask on that baby, make sure that they have the oxygen. But the problem with that is if you faint doing that, no one's going to be able to look after the baby. The baby can't look after themselves, and the baby can't put the mask on you. So that's why it's saying you have to, look after that energy. And so this is like this heartbreaking decision. This is talking about potentially there's a heartbreaking decision that needs to be made. And I feel at one point there was way more water here than there is now. Water in tarot represents emotion. So it's almost like this, that she's put her 9 thoughts behind her, and her right foot is now on dry land. So I feel like the water has dissipated, but her left foot is still in a puddle. It's a shallow puddle, and this represents emotions. So it's not, I'm not saying that her emotions are shallow, but what's the energy here is that there's less emotion as she went through these thoughts that are behind her. These could represent, okay, she's solved that one, she solved that one, or has at least put it to rest for a while. And so this energy is what she has already looked after is behind her now, and she's got this one in front, and that could be the one that, okay, I'm going to walk forward, I'm walking out of this, I'm taking the blindfold off, I'm going to look at the situation as it truly is. Sometimes the blindfold can just represent not wanting to have to really look at what's really going on, or not wanting to have to look at the decision that you have to, you have to make a decision here. But it's probably because feeling duty bound. It's probably because it's going to affect people that you love and care about. But this is finally coming to that decision, and the one thought that's left here is the one that you're going to take action with. And these ones behind you can also represent, because there's a castle in the background that she has her back to, and that could be like represent letting go of people, and maybe a home or whatever, to be able to move forward in that, doing it in that kind of energy. And sometimes that can also represent the thoughts of other people behind your back that are kind of causing some conflict also. So we have the Page of Cups. And with this energy here, I just feel like this energy is, normally, like the pages, they are all about communication coming in, communication and information coming in. And this energy is talking about, the pages would work for the king and queen at a young age, generally by 7 to 14 years of age. They would be already working. In the old days, like, people didn't, their lifespans weren't as long. And so this energy is talking about, their task would be to deliver messages within the palace walls. And if they, stuck with it, by the time they grew up, when like they're 21, they might be considered for knighthood. And then that energy, they'd have to be able to afford a horse, basically. So this is talking about, each of the pages has their element that they're bringing information or communication in about. And this is about love. And quite often this can be about romantic love. This page understands that there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's very focused on this fish. So quite often this represents someone has their eye on you in love, and that could be possible. But I feel in this case here, with this energy and the burdens and this energy and the remorse, I feel like this is representing, sometimes this can represent, that there's something fishy going on in your relationship, or maybe something smells. If you keep a fish out of water too long, it's going to stink. And so this energy, in this case, I feel is more like this energy. It also can represent kind of, it's information coming in. And so, of course, in the old days, this would always be in person, or like with a note or whatever, and then the page would run back with the answer on a note, or say what it was. And so this energy is talking about information coming in today's standards. Like, we have so many ways that we can communicate in almost instant communication. So this could represent someone coming in person, but it's also likely to maybe be a letter or documents coming in the mail. It could be representing an energy of, like, this is because of love. This could be online dating. It might represent hiring someone to look into, like, it's almost like someone to look into and focus on what was your partner doing, so you really know the truth of what was going on. It can also represent an energy of, like, a telephone call, a message, maybe a text, like that kind of energy, an email. Possibly you're on social media and you see something there that gives you information, or maybe someone messages you. There might be an event posted and you decide, okay, I'm going to attend it, and then you run into the perfect person, or maybe you run into your partner with someone else. That's that kind of energy I feel is coming up here. And so this communication is coming in, and the thing is that the communication is going to I do feel it has to do with a lover. Now, it could be someone else. That this could be in the past, and it could be a while back, and you already have healed from this energy and you're ready to move forward. But in this reading, it looks like this is more an energy of this is happening kind of right now. Like, there's no cards of someone has their eye on you, or you have your eye on the relationship is what's coming up. And so the internal forces, you're going to be asking the question, what if? Like, what if this person was cheating on you? What now? What are you going to do? What if I leave? What if I stay? It's that kind of energy that I'm picking up. And so the woulda, shoulda, couldas of life. And then we have, oh, look at this, the Empress energy. So this is saying, like, this is really a lot happening here. So I feel like it's not just about, a relationship breaking up. There's some other energy here. And like, the Empress energy can sometimes represent, the Empress is like all the four queens in one here. And I feel like this is talking about when you find out everything that's happened here and the people that were involved. I feel like it's more than just your partner here, because this is a lot of money, and that it's going to elevate you into that Empress energy. You're pre-Empress now, and you're going to be Empress after this, because it's going to require a lot from you. You're going to learn a lot from it. And so this situation is talking, like, the Empress is considered to be like pregnant with possibility, and sometimes they can also represent a pregnancy. So it could represent that you're pregnant, or the person that your partner was cheating in is possibly pregnant. That kind of energy. It can also it represents pregnant with possibility, so it doesn't have to be a baby. And the wheat here is representing that energy. So the wheat is growing at her feet, and the energy is like she has planned to grow that. And so she made the choice, okay, I'm going to grow some wheat. I'm going to pick the field, which is the best field to grow the wheat in. Make sure the soil is amended to where it needs to be, if it needs fertilizer or whatever. And then I'm going to sow the seeds at the best time possible. And I'm going to make sure that all the stones are picked before I do so that the equipment doesn't get damaged during seeding and harvest. And then it's kind of like, okay, basically I'm going to leave this up to nature now to do its thing. And she waves her magic wand, and she's just used to having bumper crops. It's that kind of energy, like feeling like you've got a bumper crop coming. So that kind of energy is coming in all in your internal forces. So just going back to the front here, we have this is how you're identifying with yourself right now. You're feeling a lot of heartache, and you feel like you have to make a heartbreaking decision and you're having trouble doing it. This is talking about your abundance and self-worth. So this big harvest might even be bringing in, this type of energy. And maybe once you put even the burden down from this one person, it's going to propel you forward. There's so much potential here, and this is having to make that decision. And so this is talking about your communication from your early life. And you might come from money, and so you might already have had money. Maybe there was a prenup. I don't know, that kind of energy. This is talking about emotional foundation now. So you're really getting ready to make this heartbreaking decision is what's coming up. And I have a feeling it has definitely to do with this energy and feeling almost like I can feel like an underlying simmering anger kind of like, what the heck, like I'm doing all of this, putting all this energy into making our lives better, and this person's putting all their energy into making it challenging. And it's challenging enough without them making it more challenging. It's that kind of energy. And possibly this is creativity, romance, and children. And possibly that's why I'm feeling like there could be this possibility of a pregnancy somewhere. And maybe your intuition is saying to you, you need to hire a private detective. And so you've done that. And then the information comes in and it confirms your worst fears. So now you're in this energy where, okay, your daily routine is going to change because you're going to address this situation. Now that's the energy I'm picking up. It's time to take action. And this energy, like right now, the energy we're in, we just had a new moon on the 17th and we're on the 20th now. And so we're in this energy right now of that new moon is in Aries. And so the Aries moon is talking about, moving forward in the new. Aries is the infant of the zodiac. It's talking about, think about a newborn baby and how much a newborn baby has to learn, just in the first year alone. And that's we've had a lot of planets move into Aries. We have 6 planets in Aries, and now the moon's joining on the 17th. It's a lot of energy in one planet, and it's really unusual. Some astrologers are saying about every 500 years this might happen, and some are saying every 800. So it's rare, and for it to be in this Aries energy is about new. A lot of these planets, like Neptune, for instance, moved in to Aries, and it takes 14 years before it moves out of Aries. And Saturn 2.5 years, and now the energy that we're in, that happened at the end of February, the beginning of March, but and now the moon 2 days ago, basically 3 days ago almost now, moved into the sign to join all those planets in the new. And we also have this energy of now Uranus is the next big move for a big planet. And this Uranus is moving into the Gemini energy. And it's been in Taurus for the last 7-8 years. But the last time that Uranus was in the sign of Gemini was decades ago. It was during the 1941 to 1949. And look what was happening back then. We had World War II energy. And, the ending of that and all of, that that whole decade basically of that energy. And this is kind of where we're at right now. We're in that same type of energy. There's a lot of shift happening. We had, first we got hit with the files, and now there's all these countries fighting, and, people have a lot of concern on the planet right now. It feels like the rug's been pulled out. The economy is a little bit shaky because of all this energy. It's just, there's a lot of change going on and a lot of new energy. And now Uranus moving into this energy, and it's known, when Uranus moves, when it changes from one sign to another, it can easily bring around shocking changes. And so, you know, on a world scale, it's like that. But in your individual life, it could be on this level. It can be like estrangements, changes in fortune. So this could be a positive change, though I feel like that's kind of like there's a lot of potential here. And with the Empress energy here. So this is, sometimes though it can represent changes in alliances. So like, you know, the people that you have in your inner circle, it's not uncommon for, you know, because everybody's changing so much. So that can even include siblings and neighbors and all of that kind of energy. And a lot of people are going to want to move, maybe change careers. It's just like that kind of energy. It's breaking through inhibitions and being in like something that's been on bothering you for like maybe years. All of a sudden now, well, that's it. I'm moving. You know, I'm making this change, and it's a real nervous energy. So it's you know, you have to really do your best to stay calm and not make impulsive decisions, because you could really regret them later. And the energy is like so volatile right now in that way. And look at this. This is the external forces. So this is talking about, this card has been coming up in quite a few of the readings too, because the truth is coming out. And we're seeing that, you know, displayed for us in the world. Like if, you know, it's a good idea to pay attention to what's happening at the top of the pyramid in the world, because whatever's happening there is definitely going to have an effect on us, and it's probably playing out to a lesser level in individual people's lives here. So this sabotage here, this energy is like a backstabbing energy, and this person's been left for unalive. And so this energy is talking about, you know, they're laying there, and this could be talking about the eclipse season that we just went through. We went through eclipse season in, it was at the end of February, or February 17th, and then on March 3rd, we had 2 eclipses. And so in eclipse season, the way I've been describing it is, it's like a potpourri on the back burner of your stove, just simmering away there. And you know it's there, and you can smell it, and it's like, you know it's around, but you don't really, it's not like your, you know, first priority or anything. But when you look back like 6 months later after an eclipse season, you'll notice, holy smokes, there's a lot of change going on, and that could be either positive or negative depending on your situation. And so that eclipse energy has been around now for about a month, and so it could be affecting things a little bit. If you want to know more about the eclipse season, you can go to my new moon, full moon playlist, and I did do readings for each of the signs for the eclipse season. It's an energy that tends to stick with us for about 6 months. But this energy is talking like possibly a decade of energy of like this backstabbing behind your back. That's the kind of energy I've been picking up. And also it could be representing an energy of, you know, like one person 10 times, like once a year. And it has to do with pentacles. And so this energy is like, what is this once a year thing, like annually, what the person decides they're going to stab you in the back? Or is there some sort of a payout or something coming in, you know, like, do you know what I mean? Like that kind of energy, an annual payment or something that you're not receiving. I feel like it's something to do with that. And this could represent one person 10 times. This could represent 10 different people collaborating with each other, or even 10 groups of people. It depends. Like this is a lot of money. To put it into context, like if there's 10 pentacles in the tarot, then the 10 would represent the billionaires, and this would represent the multimillionaires kind of energy. So this is not a, you know, this is a generational wealth. It's a legacy that could be passed down to your children and your children's children. And some people will do anything for money. So the thing is that the figure here has their hand in the sign of a blessing. And this is the same sign that the Hierophant has. And Hierophant is all about traditional structure and about justice. And it's the Hierophant's job to bring justice down to earth. And the Hierophant has his right hand also in the form of a blessing. This is also representing an end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. You know, if you take 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. So it's actually talking about an ending and a beginning. So death and rebirth of an old cycle. And then we have this energy here talking about, now that you know what you know, you're going to stand up for yourself. You have conviction beyond a doubt. And I feel like you have maybe it was just one of these wands here. The rest might have been very lucrative. And this one you're putting down, and that's the burdens from this lover that's straying kind of energy, and possibly involved in other things as well. And so this energy is saying that you know what you, now that you know what you know, you have conviction beyond a doubt that you will fight for what is yours. And this is talking about, you know, having the passion to do so. You'll notice here this person has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And that energy is talking about, you know, standing your ground, but it could be like kind of caught between one reality and the other. And until you make this choice and you take action on it, you're going to be sort of in that teeter-totter energy. And this is in your partner's commitment and partnerships. Did I say that? Partner, commitments, and spouse energy. So this is talking about this third party situation with your partner here, and the heartbreak that it's caused. And possibly there was a lot of people that knew about it and they were gossiping. Maybe this could have been a lot of people in your inner circle that you would have thought would have told you. And maybe they are also involved, and it's not just about the disappointment in love and whatever, but it's also something to do with pentacles. And we have, this is having a closed mind. And in this energy, it's really important to have an open mind right now. Like you want to be able to, the sword energy represents that intellectual and discipline of your mind. And it also represents your ability. This is a double-edged sword. So it represents not just your logic, but also your intuition and your logic combined. And we can see from this person, they're draining their energy in body language. Like if you sit with your feet out like that, it kind of drains the energy out of your body. You're draining your, because you're so open. And that, yet the upper body is very closed. We can see like the arms crossed over the heart, and that can sometimes say that someone's still protecting their heart and they're feeling really vulnerable. This energy here is like your right arm is holding back the left arm. This is your logic. This is your intuition. So that puts you in a position when you're doing that, that there's only two options, this or that, my way or the highway. A lot of times that's what it adds up to. And like it's like the blindfold, not wanting to see, like it's either, all you can see are these two solutions, either this or that. And there's never only two solutions to anything. Look at the new moon in the background here. You know, we do have a new moon in this energy right now. And so that energy is talking about, you know, being able to use, like now is a great time to be using your intuition and your logic together. And then you can come to creative solutions. If she turned around and looked behind her, she can see there's an island over there. She could go and take off there and maybe go to a spa or something on that island. You know, chill out a little bit and get into a position where she can rest up enough for a couple days even to be able to, you know, make that decision and take action on it. And this is when the transition happens. An open mind in this energy is almost essential, because you don't want to be attached to the old way of doing things, because it's probably, with all those planets in Aries, like 6 of them, and now the moon too, it's almost like, what the heck, right? And then Uranus decides, oh, in a week from now, I'm also going to move. It's a big shakeup, like, and Uranus will be there. This energy is going to be there until 2032. So you may as well get used to the idea of having to look at things from a different angle and use your intuition as well as your logic. The Emperor is here. So, you know, maybe there is an Emperor that has their eye on you now that you're an Empress, and they've noticed the struggle you've going through. Maybe this is someone that you meet, from, so maybe this is someone that you even hire to look into your situation, and then it turns out to be romantic because someone had, like, this could be, there was something fishy in your old relationship and now someone has an eye on you. The Emperor is basically like the queen, or like the empress. The Emperor actually is all four kings, with the qualities of all four kings rolled into one person. And it's also someone very wise that you would go to, for advice, and this could also represent an authority figure, like in court systems, like if there's a divorce or something, or someone that would bring about a ruling, maybe say there has to be an audit here, we have to take a look at what's been going on here, that kind of energy, bringing some justice and fairness to the situation, because we do have this blessing in disguise energy. And then we have the King of Cups. So this could be the energy that the Emperor is in, or the King of Cups could be the person that's interested. A lot of times when the queens and the kings come up after the Emperor, Empress comes up, it'll talk about how the energy that they're in right now, but that the Emperor, I feel it's the Emperor because you're an Empress now. Like, so it's kind of wild how it works out sometimes, because when you're here and you're like it's such a shifty energy, and it sucks so bad, and it feels it's so heartbreaking, and then this heartbreak is what pushes you into being this Empress energy, which attracts this lover that you've always wanted, because now you're in a much higher vibration, and so the person you attract is also going to be in that vibration. So the King of Cups could represent the Emperor being in that energy. Hey, you're single, I'm single. I'd like to offer you a cup of love. And the King of Cups is like one of the qualities that the Emperor has, and this is the one that is prominent right now. And it's talking like he's sitting, you can see he's sitting out here, and there's a lot of chaos around him. That's what the water represents, a lot of volatile emotion. But he's calm, he's waiting for things to calm down, he's in the eye of the storm. And he's got his right foot forward, just like this person. So this could represent you're both in the same energy of wanting to move forward. The Emperor wears his armor underneath his robe, so that he's ready for any challenge or any opportunity. And if he feels like, man, I've been waiting for an Empress to come along, there's not that many Empresses out there, just like there's not that many Emperors. So, through serendipity, that's that energy. You may have met someone that now you have that wants to offer you a cup of love. And hey, if it's the Emperor, and you're an Empress, you're probably going to really enjoy that a lot more than this energy, that's for sure. And yeah, the sun is shining on it. It's justice, like the way the universe does it. So I really like this. This is funny. So it's talking about, God shining this light on you. And this is, the sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's saying that the outcome is going to be you're going to be very happy with the outcome. This is in your position of blessings. This is career and reputation. This is blessings. So these blessings coming in were destined from you from the time you were a child, and you were always a happy child. It's talking about that energy here, your communication from early life. It's like you've always been pre-Empress energy, even when you were born. And this is talking about you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be riding your pony fearlessly. Look there's no fear here. And all the sunflowers in the background that turn to follow the sun. This is representing the energy that you're destined to be in. This is the hard way of getting there. But this is confirming, like, look at how this young child is totally fearless and carrying this heavy banner. And this heavy banner is your destiny. And your destiny was you were meant to be happy. You're a child of God. I find this, like, this is really how this is turning out. Like, 'cause it started pretty rough here. You know, like I was like, oh, but hey, Leo, you're doing pretty good here. So this is talking about having a strong foundation now, and that strong foundation when this is talking about the 3 levels of money, and I feel like you had a strong foundation here, and maybe we're going after your heart's desires, but it didn't work out. And now this is your crown and glory, because now you're on your destined path, and your destiny is to be in this high vibration of happiness and having, you know, that being in this Empress energy. And now you know, and having the love that you deserve, all of that energy. This is talking about, because you like you had to, this is really like, this is about not playing it small. And so sometimes this can be an energy of saying, you know, don't sell yourself short here. You need to do what you need to do to get what you deserve. And if people have put you in this position, you need to walk away from them. Like you can't carry their burdens for them. There's nothing you can do for them. They've sealed their own fate. They're going to have to deal with the karma. And if you hang on to them, you're going to end up not being gifted what you were supposed to get. And part of their punishment is, if behind their back, whatever they've been wishing on you, that's what they're receiving now. And that's how people learn. Sometimes they learn the hard way. And so this is all the secrets coming out, and that this strong foundation then turning into like this Empress and Emperor energy. So the justice, the universal way, God's way, also perfect order. So I do hope you've enjoyed this reading up to this point. If you're leaving it now and you don't want clarification, thank you for your time and energy. Give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed it. It does help me to build my channel, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to clarify for those of you who would like clarification on this. So I'm using my Oracle Tales from the Vector. The numbers on these cards represent the energy, the numbers of the paintings. So I started this in 2007, this Oracle. And I did 64 paintings and completed them all by 2020. And it's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. There's a lot of really large dragon paintings, which is why it took so long. All the dragons are from the future, and they have advice, and they're from different parts of the world and the universe. And so the numbers on these cards represent them. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com, and this is how they are in the numbered in the gallery there. So if you want to check it out, I will put the information in the description box below. I'll put the numbers as they appear here, so you know which paintings to look for. And if you want, you can check it out. And so this is talking about, definitely a transition is happening here. This energy is coming to an end very soon, as soon as you make up your mind to do what's best for you. And then this is talking about having a lot of patience. Your devotion to staying on your destined path is what is getting you out of this. So temperance is when you have a good attitude, basically, and you've decided, okay, the glass is half full, I'm going to move forward, I'm going to do my best to be the best version of myself in this situation. I'm going to, do my best to heal from this, open myself back up to love. I deserve love. I deserve to have a good life. And this is the judgment coming in. And so this is the cosmic heart, basically. This is God's judgment. And really, God's the only one who is qualified to judge other people. But, because God's the only one that knows what causes people to be the way they are. Having said that, this is God's judgment is that you deserve to have a healed heart and this beautiful energy coming in. You've done your best to stay on your path, and that's the best that you could do. This is saying that you followed your guidance from the North Star energy. And so the North Star is representing your North Node energy. It's, opening your crown chakra up to the intuitive information. So you're not just using your logic, but your intuition as well. And then staying on your destined path as best as you can. Oh, and look at this. We have the falling star also. So this is saying the lifestyle. This is talking not just money, it's talking lifestyle. And it's saying your lifestyle is about to change for the better. Your love life basically is. It's interesting because this is the same dragon. She's a very unique pink and green dragon representing the cosmic heart as well as the unfettered. Both of them are unfettered. This is God's judgment and the cosmic heart, and this is your own heart chakra. And basically what it's saying is falling and failing in love is a matter of I. And it's saying like you have to love yourself enough that you put yourself first to attract that kind of love. And look at you followed this advice, and now you're an Empress energy and attracting an Emperor who wants to offer you a cup of love. Like that's pretty good work that you've done there. And it's your attitude. So this is coming, like deciding, instead of like letting this take you down and just being bitter and I'm never going to love again energy, you've decided I'm worthy of it. And maybe you wished upon a falling star. The thing is, like, you have to have a good attitude then. A lot of people, if they wish upon a falling star, then they sit there and wait for it to fall in their lap. And it's like, no, you got to put some energy into it. And so you have to have a good attitude and apply yourself. It's that kind of energy, and that's what you've done. And because you have this really awesome energy coming towards you. And here we have the energy of Gemini. So this is talking about, I feel the Uranus energy moving into Gemini on like just a week from now, basically. And this energy is about, Uranus or Gemini energy is about strong communication. And it's also about healing, like, your inner child sometimes, because this is talking like Gemini is the third sign in the zodiac. And it's talking about like kind of when you go to kindergarten and you learn that, hey, not every family's like our family. Like, and some of the kids have different colored skin, and some of them, the parents are different and they eat different food. And so you realize like your world starts opening up. And so you start learning the give and take in a stronger way. And we have the Capricorn energy on this Empress. And out of all the signs, Capricorn is the most ambitious. The glyph is a mountain goat that climbs a mountain, but it has a dolphin tail. So this is someone who's very disciplined and ambitious, and they see the possibilities and the challenges. This is the energy. This is saying what's propelled you into this energy of being the Empress is being responsible and taking that attitude and actually disciplining yourself to take consistent steps of action to get to your goals. And then we have the energy of Scorpio coming in. And this energy is the sexual gladiator. So Scorpio is known to be like probably the most geared that way towards, like, they're more about their sensuality matters to them a lot. I'm trying to find the right way of saying it. So this energy, it can be about uniting, or sometimes it can be about conquering. Scorpio energy at its best is like they're charming and really good with their words and can really unite people towards a common cause. And at their worst, they can be like conquering. And you got to remember, like, if you cross a Scorpio, or a Scorpio feels like they're in that energy, a Scorpion has a stinger and they don't hesitate. If they feel the need, they will. And this energy is talking, we have the devil energy coming in. So definitely in your commitments, partnerships, and marriage, there was some temptation there. So when the devil energy comes up, it's representing temptation. And like in my oracle, this is a beautiful dragonfly adorned with Swarovski crystals, and she's very beautiful, and she's on a hot pink background. And this is talking like the devil's not going to tempt you with something ugly. It's going to be something really shiny and beautiful, something you want. And so it feels like your partner fell for the temptation kind of energy. When the devil energy comes in, I always check what's the next card up, because it's a manipulative energy. So you're going to have a hard time getting to the truth of the matter. So I always want to see what's the next card up. So this is talking about wanting to cause you to be in an angry energy, like wanting to lower your vibration so that you wouldn't be able to access this energy, because maybe your partner could see, oh my God, this my partner's turning into an empress right before my eyes, and they're gonna like they maybe thought that you would take them back. Maybe this has happened before and you have taken them back, and this time you're not. And so it's kind of like they might be really angry, and that's a gift that keeps on giving. Or you might have been so angry they thought, oh, she'll never love anyone again. I'm, like she'll do what I want. She always does what I want eventually. And that's not the case this time. The sun is shining on the situation. So this is again saying the transition is going to be a happy one for you, because you're going to make the right choice. It's going to be a creative solution. You're going to do what's best for you in this situation. We have the Hermit. So this is talking, the Hermit goes up to the top of the mountain, isolates himself to be able to commune with God through prayer and meditation. And when their lantern is full of the light of the North Star, like that energy of that following your North Node, then I feel it's attracted that's what's attracted this Emperor energy. It's caused a tower, and the tower for them is a very difficult one. Now they're in regret for what they did, because they thought you would take them back and you're not, because you're busy. The Emperor's just offered you a cup of love, and you're like, yeah, I think I'll go for that. And look at it, it's like the Empress energy here on the sun. So it's saying, see, like this hardship that you went through because you stayed on your path and you had this good attitude and you stayed in your destiny because of that. Like, look at all the vertical energy here. There's, it's very strong energy here. So yeah, you're on the right path for sure, I feel. And then we have the Aries here. So this could be saying like, the moon energy is in Aries, and all those other planets, all this new change coming in is saying you're not playing small anymore. You've decided that you're worth, you deserve to have all of this coming in. It's a lot of beautiful energy coming in, Leo. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. I have. It's good to see like good outcomes in the readings. I prefer those ones when bringing in good like a happy ending. And this is like double happiness. So please do give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to the channel. It'd be my honor if you did so. I will be back with another reading for you soon. All right, little Stella, I gotta wake you up. Good job purring away here. Yeah. Yes, you had a good sleep.